Okay, we are live. Good afternoon, my friends. This is Rosanna Jerry Taylor from Beyond the Horizon Travel Agency. Today we will have Demonie Matson from Wildrose Events and Floral Design. She will be so kind to share with us some of her tips and all that she does to help you with your wedding day. She specializes in bouquets and table arrangements. So it's going to be an honor to be here with you today, Demonie. Good
Thank
afternoon.
you. It's great to be here.
Uh, I was saying that we're gonna do it kind of like the questions so we can be interacting and you can be showing us what you do. The first question that I would like to address today is, through this pandemic year, the wedding industry has been terribly affected. What has been the major change that you have seen in terms of floral arrangements?
Well, since we specialize in weddings, it has been absolutely insane for us. The biggest lasting effect from the shutdown and stuff is that there was damage done to the floral market. There were a number of farms that went out of business. There were crops that didn't get planted in the cycle that they should have been planted in. So right now we're seeing more limited volume of certain products and certain products we can't get that we normally could. So we're having to order a product earlier, less last minute, and in most cases we're paying a little bit more for it.
Okay, so that means that the budget for the brides has to change when they are talking about their bouquet and their floral arrangements.
Yeah, I let them know if they're choosing a product that I have concerns about right now, and we always talk about substitutions. We have to be prepared that something might not come in, and I'm asking all my brides to finalize their order no later than 30 days before, so that we can be one of the first people requesting the flowers for that date, so that we have the best chance of getting what that bride is really wanting.
That's phenomenal. And what do you think will be the trend, the money for 2021?
Um, I'm hoping that big parties will be back, obviously. I mean, that's kind of important to me. I think with the vaccine being like inches away from us right now, we have a chance at being able to get back to celebrate together and have these events. So I'm thinking 2021 is going to be the year to get married, especially with so many people putting it off this last year. 2021 is going to be the year to celebrate.
I think so. I think everybody will be ready to go on big gatherings and do celebrations of all kinds. And I think that
Yes.
flowers are one of the main elements of any celebration. We always like flower arrangements to make it pretty.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to them.
Yes. What are the colors do you think you're going to be in fashion for the weddings on 2021?
Well, currently we are seeing a lot of the dusty colors, such as like muted orange, a dusty purple, dusty blue, all those kind of just more muted gray based kind of colors. But I think as we get through the year, we're probably going to be trending more towards brighter colors, something that makes you more excited and feeling like partying.
Yeah, I have seen in some pictures, on your Instagram, they have some bouquets with bright orange, bright reds, and I was thinking, oh, that's nice. That's me. I like the bright. Yeah,
Yep, I think it's coming.
yes. Then tell us a little bit about your new line of jewelry. I know that you have been using dry flower petals to do that.
Yes, let me show you some of those here. We, because of COVID, I got stuck home for a little bit and I needed to come up with something to do with my time. So I started designing ways to make keepsakes from the bridal bouquet. So like there is a frame, here's a necklace. This was made up of little bits and pieces from the bridal bouquet. Same with this one. There's also a little piece of her lace from her gown
That's
in that one.
very creative.
Well, in that one, I don't have the whole picture there, so that. let me get past those. Here are others. These were some of our earlier pieces, more practice type pieces, but
Yes.
we got a little better as we went along, a little more creative. This is a necklace, a bracelet, and earrings. Doesn't have to be, you know, a keepsake from a bouquet. It can just be something fun and pretty for you to wear.
And you can even wear something like that, like something blue for the wedding day. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful color.
yeah, and they can be a little bit funky like these guys. We make a bunch of different keychains, so there's a lot of different things. The keychains and bracelets have been popular. That's a ring. Keychains made out of your initial.
Of course.
This was actually made from snakeskin, so a little away from the flowers.
Yeah. And you can
But we can
keychain.
turn those flowers into just about anything.
Yes, I can see that. And they can find these items also in your store.
Yes, we have them in the shop here, and we have a website for them, Forever by Wildrose.
Can you let them know where you located so they can go and visit?
Oh, we are in Royce City off of 276.
The next question is, what would be your recommendation to a bride that is looking for her bouquet? What does she need to take in account when she's trying to decide which bouquet to get?
When she is picking the bouquet that's going to be best for her, she wants to think about her gown. So this was a very, very fluffy gown, so we didn't go with as big of a bouquet. You know, so it really depends. Like this bouquet here is huge. I personally would have gone a little bit different with that gown because there's an awful lot going on.
Yeah. This one that has my bright colors, one with oranges.
Yes. So, you know, think about what shape is the dress, how full is it at the hips? The more full it is at the hips, the larger we want the bouquet to be. Because we don't want the bouquet to overwhelm the gown, but we don't want the gown to overwhelm the bouquet. This is actually a rhinestone bouquet we make, so if they don't want the fresh flowers.
Yes, that was beautiful. This is the one that I love, has those bright colors.
The colors.
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful bouquet.
Thank you.
So the main thing is taking into account your dress. So if you're gonna be having like a white dress, ample and all, the bouquet has to be smaller than the dress.
I think it needs to be in proportion with the hips. Preferably if it's right around the size of what the hips appear to be in the gown. So if you're wearing a gown that's more fuller at the waistline, at the hips, then you can do a little fuller bouquet. If you're doing a really fitted gown, then you don't want to go quite as large with the bouquet. Now there's always outliers. I mean, we've done bouquets that are just massive to this tiny little bride in a tight little gown. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what the bride wants. But from a design perspective, we recommend the bouquet being around the size of what your hips would appear to be in the gown.
That's a great recommendation. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Can you share with the brides tips at the time that they are trying to choose their floral arrangements for their tables, for their guest tables?
For the tables, there's a lot of different options that you can do. In general, my recommendation is to think about where you want to spend your budget when you are planning for the wedding flowers. The areas that are going to be in the photos, I think, are what's most important. So for instance, most of your photos will likely be taken in front of whatever your altar or ceremony area is. So just because you only have a 15-minute ceremony doesn't mean those aren't as important. Your centerpieces, although important because they're part of your evening decor, aren't going to be in as many of your pictures. So brides need to kind of really think about where do they want their budget to go so that then we can give them ideas of what might fit into their budget. Like this right here looks perfectly nice, but this is a very, very budget friendly
Yes,
style of design.
beautiful.
This one is a little bit more expensive. Um, it's not that one is better than the other, but they're a little bit different look, and we want to make the most of the bride's budget that we can.
Of course.
So, the larger the design, the more flowers that are in it, of course, the more expensive they are. Another thing that they can do is, let's say right now, on average, we are seeing brides having about 6 bridesmaids. We could use those bridesmaids bouquets plus some candles on a table where you have almost no additional cost to decorate that table, which means you can then push that budget into some other designs. Or let's say you really like the tall arrangements like this, but those really can kind of eat into your budget. So let's say we only do 4 of those, and then we do something like the little bottles on a bunch of the other tables to help kind of mediate the cost. It also creates more interest in the room to have different looks on different tables.
Yes, that is a great idea. Thank you.
And this is a head table where we use the bride and bridesmaids bouquets to decorate it. So it didn't cost anything extra to reuse them, and it looks just gorgeous.
It does, and you just add the touches of candles and light up everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they need to take in count also the number of tables that they are going to have. I know right now for the COVID restrictions, pretty much tables are no larger than 4, in the worst case, 6.
Actually, right now, the laws here in Texas are that we can have up to 10 at a table.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
We do not recommend having more than 8, because unless it's a really large table, your standard wedding reception table is 60 inches round. 8 people is comfortable, 10 people is tight.
Yes, that is true. Normally,
color again.
that's my color. That would be my table. I love it. And this is very Christmas table. This can give us also ideas to all of us for our Christmas gathering.
Yes.
It's beautiful. So, can you tell the brides your phone number and your website so they can reach to you if they have any questions or if they would like to find out more how you can help them?
Yeah, our website is wildroseevents.com, and our phone number is 469-600-3535.
Perfect. And do you offer some different floral packages for the brides to choose that you can give them details about it?
On our website, we have some pre-priced packages. Not a lot of our brides actually use them because once we kind of get into it, they start wanting to really, they have this idea, and we create something that's custom to them. But we do have packages, and they're welcome to choose a package, or it might just give them some ideas and some budgeting by looking at the packages. And they are priced on the website.
That's fantastic. So you can always go and look at there, and probably is it possible to within the package change, let's keep the package like it is, but just change the color of the flower or change one flower for another, but still keep it in the same price?
The package is designed by style. So they would pick the package that is the style that they want. And then they pick the colors and the number of items that they want and the size, because the size determines the budget. But we get to pick the flowers in order to do something that fits with that size, budget, color, style kind of deal.
And I understand that when it's a package, it's a little bit less pricey, let's say, than when you customize completely everything, right?
Yes and no. It is to an extent, but sometimes I have found that a bride might be perfectly happy with a little different design that is in the package that actually might cost less. So I try to really pay attention to what the bride is saying. And so I can say, you know what, instead of this centerpiece in this package, let's look at doing this other centerpiece because it's going to be more in line with your budget. So I try to, be flexible to get them their best value either way.
Yes, and it's nice that they can have options, that they can have a package, but also that in this world, in these days, everybody wants something really personalized, customized.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wonderful that you are working like that and helping them with their budget. So that's why I highly recommend to work with Demonie because she is absolutely amazing, extremely creative. She does wonderful job, and she is there for your benefit, not for she doesn't work for make the best for her. She works for make the best for you to give you the best value, the best choices, and you are just gonna have an amazing experience working with her. Highly recommend.
Well, there's nothing better than making a bride happy on her wedding day. I mean, that's what we live for, is to walk in, show them the flowers, and see her excitement.
Yes, yes. We all want for them to have the best experience.
Yes.
Um, for those brides that would like to preserve their bouquet, do you have any advice for them on how to do it?
Well, there's a few options. Like we talked about, we do the bouquet preservation. In fact, we've gotten creative and can do a few different things with them. Here is a clock that we have made out of flowers from a bouquet. And we've done them several different ways. So different styles, different looks. We make scrapbooks, all kinds of things can be made out of the flowers, keepsakes, ornaments. But we also have contacts with other companies that do different styles of preservation. So we can help them find the best place to get the preservation done. If they want to do it themselves, we can also give them advice on how to do that. There's a few different methods that they can use doing it themselves, depending on what they want their end product to look like.
Phenomenal. Thank you. That's phenomenal. And for those that are trying to learn how to create a floral arrangement, I remember I remember that in the past you did classes. Do you still do that?
We aren't right now. We plan to start them again next year. We've chosen to not do them right now because of the whole COVID situation. But we do have plans to get those started again. We're also looking at possibly including teaching some of the jewelry and keepsake things that we do. So we do have a really good time teaching. We just need to make sure we can keep everybody safe while we're doing it.
Yeah, and I guess doing in a virtual manner is not a way to do it when you're working with plants. Yes, I agree with that.
Yes.
And do you have any final thoughts or advice that you would like to tell the brides on their special wedding day on regards to flowers?
Well, in regards to decor in general, I recommend that instead of just running out and starting buying and buying and buying stuff, start checking with what vendors offer. Like a lot of brides will go out and buy all the signs and they'll buy silk garlands and stuff like that. Well, we actually rent the signs. Not everything, but we have a lot of signs that we rent. We actually have a lot of floral things that we rent as well. You can get the most bang for your buck by kind of feeling out what your vendors provide at a really good price for you before you go out and start buying a bunch of things. I keep seeing these brides coming in and they're going, oh, I already bought that. And then they're going, oh, well, can I return all these things? It'd be easier if they just, knew up front. Like we offer linens at a really good price. And we've had brides come in and they bought their linens, and dealing with linens yourself is very difficult. You've got to get them pressed and put out and everything like that. I've seen many brides in tears on the wedding day because of it. And we have such a good price on it. It'd just be so much more stress-free to have us just come in and take care of it all.
Yes, definitely. Like you, I have seen so many brides on Instagram or on those wedding groups selling stuff after the wedding. So
Yes.
that's really a big waste of money if you can be more resourceful using your vendors. You can really
Yep.
save a lot. You don't need to do it all. We as
Yeah.
vendors are here to help you with your big day. We can help you save money. We can help you to get the best value for your money. Just you need to know who to reach and when to reach them.
The other thing is be upfront with your vendors about your budget.
Yes,
You know, because if you just say, hey, I want a whole bunch of flowers and I like this $500 Pinterest photo, I'm going to give you a quote that's kind of expensive. But if you come to me and say, look, this is all that I have, this is what's important to me, how far can you stretch this? I'm going to give you a much more budget friendly quote with some creative ideas you won't have thought of to try and make the most out of that budget. It just makes it less stressful for you if you're upfront with, here's how much I have to spend, how far can you stretch this for me?
yes, that is how you should go. And what I was thinking right now, Demonie, is you are located here in Roy City, that is pretty much
Yes.
Rockwell area. How far would you go? How many miles far from Rockwell would you go to help a bride?
Well, let's see. In the last few years, we have done Canada,
Oh,
Nebraska, and Malibu, California.
that's phenomenal. So you can go pretty much to any
Yeah.
state.
Yep.
That's phenomenal. So that is something that you need to consider because not everybody is viable. Not everybody, many floral companies work around 50 miles radius. So here you have a vendor that is offering their service all around United States. And you can check her website, you will see her work. It's she has so many great reviews. Her customers are always very happy with her, and it's because she's down to earth. She's the kind of person that you like to deal. She's the kind of person that truly work for you to make you feel good in your day and to put that big smile when you see the way that she has arranged your floral decor and all your bouquet and all that you are working with her. So definitely check her web and call her if you have any questions.
Thank you. We're happy to answer any questions, even if the bride isn't booking us and just needs a vendor who can answer anything. I mean, I've been doing weddings almost 30 years now. So I know a few things about weddings, and I am more than happy to answer a question, even if they're not my client.
That's wonderful. Thank you for that, Demonie.
Mhm.
Uh, if you have your logo, so you can put it again maybe, so they can see that your website is just like your logo. It's just they just will need to add the .com and they will find you. It's like that. Wildrose Events and floraldesign.com. Am I correct?
Actually, it's wildroseevents.com.
Okay.
We shortened it for the website, so it'd be a
Yes,
little shorter.
yes. That's fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Demonie, for being with us today. And I hope that this can help the brides that are looking right now for the florals and trying to decide what they're going to do for 2021. I can help you with everything related to your travel, to your honeymoon. And if you're looking for a destination wedding, well, definitely I'm here to help you with that as well. Thank you for being with us
Yes, these
today.
girls need a fantastic honeymoon after all the stress of planning a wedding through COVID.
Yes, definitely. 2021 is our year for all of us.
It is, it's our year.
The vendors and for us as a families to celebrate and get out and travel again.
Yes, yes, yes.
So thank you so much, Demonie. It was a pleasure to be with you today via this.
Thank you.
I hope to see you soon in one of our bridal shows. And we say bye to the brides and bye to you. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.
Bye.